Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time for the Koby leader. Beep, 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 beep. Koby. All right. Koby is a red and black leader, as you can see. 4 life, 5k power, and his first ability is your sword characters. So any character with the sword attribute on the turn that they're played can attack other characters, your opponent's characters. Once per turn, your own motomoto, meaning original power, 7,000 or less, kaigun, marine attribute characters, if they were to be removed from the field by your opponent's effects, instead you may put 3 cards from the bottom of your trash, or 3 cards from your trash to the bottom of your deck in any order you'd like. So you can save some characters from KO effects. Now, Koby doesn't have a lot of KO, considering he's a red and black character, which is very high KO colors. He doesn't have any KO cards. He's all about reducing power and then attacking straight into him. So you establish a board and you attack at the same time, instead of just straight up KOing. Now he does have this card. This is the Honesty Impact, which you could put in here in place of something else, but in general, I'll explain how it's supposed to go as I go through. So first we'll start with the 1 cost characters. So first you have this card, Kujaku, which is an SR searcher card, 1 cost, 1,000 counter, 0 power. On play, search the top 5 of your decks other than Kujaku and take any marine cards into your hand, or 1 marine card into your hand, put the rest to the bottom of your deck. Then Kido main on your turn, you may place this character in the trash. One of your characters for this turn gets 1,000 plus power. So very interesting, a new take on the searchers, because I know Pudding has a new similar ability to this. I think they've introduced a lot of cards in this format, this new set. They've introduced a lot of new types of cards. So anyway, we have 4 of these. Boom, 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 boom. And then next we have, okay, so here I was looking at some deck lists, and people were running 4 of these Sengokus from the starter deck 19, the Smoker starter deck. Trash 2 black navy cards from your hand. If your leader is navy, draw 3 cards. Very strong. I went to 2 different card shops, could not find any more. So instead, I put 2 that I had, and I put 2 of these Prince Groose. He is a sword and navy character, and 2k counter, 1 cost. On attack, your opponents with 2,000 power or less blockers can't be used this turn. So, good 2k counter, and also good because he can attack on the turn he's played, so he can swing to nullify a blocker if they're in the way, because you can reduce their power very easily in this deck. Next we have this guy, Ripper. I don't know what his English name is. If you have any other navy cards other than Ripper on the field, black navy cards on the field, this character becomes blocker. So if you have this one on the field, this guy becomes blocker. Unfortunately, it doesn't work with red. So maybe it is better to switch him to a Sengoku. But we have 4 of him. And then we have Green Bull, Aramaki. And again, 4 copies of this. This looks like a searcher, but it's not. It's a 2k counter, 1 cost. And then on your turn, main, you may place this character in the trash. Your leader, if your leader is Marines, then your Marine character, up to 1 Marine character for this turn, can attack active characters. Then put 2 cards from the top of your deck into your trash. So you really want to be pumping pumping cards into your trash. That's the name of the game. Because of Koby's ability to put cards back into your deck, to save characters, you really want to be milling and putting as many cards as possible into the deck. Then, of course, we have, the best red card. Otama, 2k counter, 1 cost, give your opponent minus 2k. Just very solid card. Goes in there, obviously. Then we have Brand New, which is the 2-cost searcher for the deck. So we run 2 searchers. Brand New is Brand New. Draw 3 cards, take 1 other than Brand New Kaigun Navy card into your hand, then place the rest in the trash. Very good to search and build up your trash. This is very similar to Usopp, actually, in a weird way. Then we have Kuzan. This is a new Kuzan. I did pull the alt art, which was nice. 1k counter, 4 cost, 5k power. On play, place 3 cards from the top of your deck into your trash. Get that mill going. And then on attack, your own Navy attribute, leader or character, up to 1 of them, can attack active characters for this turn. So he can't attack on the turn he's played because he's not sword, but still a very good card. There's 4 of them in here. Then another alt art I pulled is the Doll. Doru. Lebuis. Okay. Blocker, counter 1k, 4 cost, and 1k power. So very weak blocker, but on play, you may trash 1 card from your hand. If your leader attribute is Navy, your opponent's character, up to 1 of your opponent's character, gets minus 6,000 on this turn. So very good. Like I said, this one could go very well with this one if you were to play it. Because, KO a character with 6,000 power or less. If you have a 12,000 on the field, play this, boom, that's dead, and you can reduce something else's power. But the way I've been using it is you play this one, and you play something else like a Helmeppo, or you just attack with a Hibari, which I'll explain later, and just to, power down your opponent's characters and just clear the board with your own characters. Send in the SWAT team, which basically is what this deck wants to do. So 4 of her. Then 4 of these Hibari SRs. This is a very, very good card. 5 cost, 6k, no counter. On play, your opponent's character, up to 1 of your opponent's characters, this turn gets minus 2,000 power. So it has the Otama effect on play. Then, on attack, this character, for this turn, gets plus 1,000 power. Alright? And then, your own Navy attribute leader for this turn gets... So your leader, who's Navy attribute, for this turn can attack characters, active characters. So, very good card. She comes out and she hits shit. She comes out and she just starts blasting.
Oh. Wow.
Anyway, I started blasting. Bang!
Wow.
Bang! Well, I don't see so good, so I missed.
Now, next up. This is a new format of card, which is a 6 cost, 7,000 power, 2k counter card. There's an Usopp version, there's a Bartolomeo for blue. It's like a new variety of card. And this one is DS Drake, which is Kaigun, Marine, Sword, and Drake Kaizokudan. So he can be searched, he can be played on play attack. So he just fits very nicely, and he's a 2k, so fits very nicely and for just a vanilla strong attacker. Next, we have Helmeppo, which is another SR, very strong. Also, by the way, look at how goofy this Koby in the background looks. Look at this goofy boy. On play, trash 1 card from your hand. Draw a card. From your trash, pull an 8 cost or less sword attribute character other than Helmeppo and play it. Then at the end of your turn, the card that you played in this manner goes to the bottom of your deck. So it's good with, I mean, something like this, or if you just need some power reduction, you could do this, and then of course you can't use it as a blocker afterwards. But it's very good with characters like this or like this, where you pull it, you use the ability, and then you trash it for the second ability, then you don't have to bottom deck it. So of course it is meant to go with the Koby, which I will explain next after I explain this weird card in here. 7 cost ace. Huh. That's weird. You can't use this card as Rush because he's not a Whitebeard Pirates card. But he gives 2 of your opponent's characters minus 3,000 power. So he comes out, he hits the field, and suddenly your other characters that can attack into your opponent's active characters, suddenly it's like beefing up your own characters in a way. So there's 2 of those in there. He's not always valuable, but he is sometimes valuable. So you do have to trash a lot of cards through different effects. So if you don't need them, you can trash them. If you do need them, you got them to use. And there's only 2 in there, so he doesn't take up too much space. But an interesting card, to say the least. Next, we have Koby, the 8 cost Koby. So this guy is the SCC, the secret rare of this deck. On play, your character, up to one of your characters for this turn, can attack active characters. So, which includes himself. So he can be played and he can attack active characters. And he can, you know, swing right away because of the leader ability. Then he, on attack, put 2 cards from your deck to the bottom of your trash in any order. Your leader or character for this turn and until your opponent's end of the next turn gets plus 1,000 power. So you play him, you can give him plus 1k, you can give her, you can give him plus 1k until the end of your opponent's next turn. So just a very strong card, and it can be called back onto the field with this Helmeppo, but then it does have to go to the bottom of the deck. And I couldn't find 4 copies at my card shops, so I had to cheat a little bit. I had to get a little creative, so just take a moment to admire my beautiful, beautiful Koby art. So just try to ignore that. And yes, I did write it in Japanese, and yes, it was a little bit difficult to write so small. But that's the deck. Now, if you were to play these, I would replace the ace, so that it would look something like this. But from the deck list I'm looking at and building this off of, this is what they used. So I haven't tested it with this one yet. I'll do some more testing, and you at home can test as well. So thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.